welcome to quite possibly the most glazing paleontology video of all time. This is the Baryonyx. This is going to be Baryonyx glazing.
When it comes to terrifying dinosaur foes, few are more fearsome than this deed.
Okay. Now, let me tell you right now, every single one of those images are AI, so there's really not much to say about these pictures. Let's just look at the facts here.
Was built for hunting with giant claws and a long, narrow jaw.
Okay. Long, narrow jaw, giant claws.
But what else do we know about it?
Of course, crocodile. Never mind. Keep watching to find out.
Hi and welcome to Paleologic.
Paleologic. Okay, is this satire? I'm all about this as satire because this is blatant AI. It feels too stupid to actually be real here.
We're talking about Baryonyx was a large carnivorous dinosaur that lived in what is now Western Europe during the late Cretaceous period, about 100 million years ago.
Okay, Baryonyx late Cretaceous period, about 100 million years ago. It lived in the early Cretaceous, actually around 130 to 125 million years ago.
The name Baryonyx means heavy jaw. And when paleontologists found the first fossil of this dino in 1986, they thought it might be...
It's January 1983. It was described in 1986, though.
Related to Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
Further discoveries revealed that it was actually more closely related to... However, unlike...
I think those are just incredibly blatant. These are too blatant to actually be serious, alright?
Smaller cousin, Baryonyx, was huge. It stood about 12 feet tall at the hip and was almost 39 feet long.
39 feet long. Snout to the end of its tail. There's a dude looking at something that's even bigger than a... Oh my god. This is just a sauropod at this point.
Snout to the end of its tail. That's about the same length as a Tyrannosaurus and just a little shorter than a... But unlike those huge theropods, Baryonyx wasn't built for giving chase. It had short, stubby legs that weren't great for running.
This dinosaur is probably a hunter that ambushed its prey. I mean, most predators today, in general, they rely on ambush tactics. Of course, a bunch of them can be capable of pursuit, like cheetahs and whatnot. But like, they just rely on ambush, and if they fail to catch their opponent by surprise, they catch the prey by surprise. And if the prey tries to run, they can just try and chase after it.
Instead, this dino was probably a hunter that ambushed its prey. Just imagine being an unsuspecting Triceratops or Iguanodon and minding your own business when suddenly a giant claw swipes out and takes you down. But what kind of prey did Baryonyx hunt?
Catching and tearing up fish, narrow jaws and sharp teeth. But then again, this guy is just doing facts. This guy just stating facts. At the same time, some of those statements are completely and utterly dumb. Is this made by the same guy who claims the Baryonyx had a minimum of 7 tons and a maximum of 10 tons? That's just glazing behavior.
Narrow jaws and sharp teeth were designed for catching and tearing up fish. So it was likely an ichthyosaur that spent lots of time near water.
Yeah, this is an incredibly blatant one. This feels like paleo parody level. And this kind of blurs the line, really. I'm not really sure if I could call this a paleo parody.
In fact, a 2020 study suggested that Baryonyx may have preferred to dine on aquatic animals like fish and shellfish instead of terrestrial prey like other... These aquatic remains were also found in the gut region of one Baryonyx specimen.
Okay.
lending evidence to this hypothesis. However, the authors of the study also pointed out that Baryonyx probably wasn't quite so picky.
Like, basically, any predator wouldn't be so picky at what they eat. Even when it comes to bears, they generally eat fish, but they can still eat meat if necessary.
Like any good scavenger, it would have happily gobbled up smaller dinosaurs, including herbivorous ornithomimids and
Okay, that's called a predator, and so
ornithomimids, and even fellow theropods like the small raptor. It was also capable of taking down pterosaurs, which are flying reptiles that lived during the age of dinosaurs.
lol.
2018 study showed that a fossil of a pterosaur with healed injuries to its forelimbs and hind limbs was most likely killed and eaten by a bear. Plus, the pterosaur's
Pterosaur skull is found with tooth marks and healed fractures. Oh.
skull was found with tooth marks and healed fractures, suggesting that it was attacked multiple times. Well,
I think my theory is that the Baryonyx, a Pterosaur got into a Baryonyx territory or the other way around. And of course, they both try and intimidate each other at first to get each other to leave, but they fail. And so the Baryonyx attacks the Pterosaur to try and get it out of its territory.
the poor creature probably didn't stand a chance against the but who wouldn't have broken a sweat bringing it down? But then
But the Pterosaur can just get his soar through the skies.
Dino's incredible claws didn't just help it capture prey. They also helped it climb.
Lol, lol. Oh my god, what is this?
Like most theropods, Baryonyx had two distinct claw sizes on each hand. Its two outer fingers had enormous claws that could slash and tear up prey. But its two inner fingers had much smaller claws that were better for gripping branches.
Better for gripping branches. Okay. I am... Why would it want to climb anyway?
Its climbing ability suggests that Baryonyx may have been active during the day and spent its time in trees, where it was safe from ground predators like sea. However,
Sea Megalodon. Ah. Yeah, this is definitely a paleontology parody. Look at that. Oh. Seriously. Baryonyx was hunted by Megalodon. Seriously? Yeah, this is definitely a paleo parody level stuff. It's just incredibly crazy. Crazy stuff that you won't see in a bad paleontology video. You'll only see it in blatant parodies.
another theory proposes that Baryonyx hunted from trees, using its large claws to leap from branch to branch and capture unsuspecting prey. This
Okay.
explains why it had such short, stubby legs. Perhaps over time, the legs became shorter and shorter as the arms grew longer and longer. Eventually, the hands took over the role of walking altogether.
Oh man. What is and this is another AI map, as you can see here. The borders don't look quite right.
Oh! Because Baryonyx fossils have been found in both France and Spain. Scientists think it may have roamed even wider areas of Europe.
Okay.
However, no complete skeleton has ever been found. Most of the fossils discovered are just a few bone fragments or a single tooth. So,
This is definitely text-to-speech. And so... Also, it's incredibly blatant, too. So, yeah.
there's still a lot we don't know about this dino. Perhaps someday we'll uncover a complete skeleton that helps us learn even more about this ferocious hunter. So what should we talk about next?
We've got the Camptosaurus and the Camarasaurus. Should I just watch this guy's other videos? Because they kind of seem to blur the line between satire and not satire, but I believe this video is satire. I believe the whole channel is satire. And so, props to this guy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you all next one. Special thanks to channel members for supporting this channel. It helps out a ton.